Hey guys, it's JC's Blue here, and I'm here to give you guys a little video on what's on my Android phone. So you guys may have noticed that I have the Galaxy Note 2. I was planning to do a video about it way back, but I decided it's a little bit late for that, so let's forget about that. Let's get started on what's on my phone, basically, physically. I got this case. This is the Samsung Protective Cover Plus, and I did have an OtterBox case before, and yeah, the OtterBox case was better. It does offer more protection, blah 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 blah. But simply, I'm a kind of guy who likes style, fashion. Not that much, but I like to look good. So I wear skinny jeans and jeans that are fitting. There's some jeans that do have good fitting material, good fitting pockets that are decent size, but some of them are not as deep or some of them are not as wide, and this phone cannot fit in those pockets with the case without being too bulky, uncomfortable, this and that. But this case basically solves all the problems. It's very thin, it's very durable, and it's good looking, and it's pretty, quality wise it's not that bad, it's pretty good. Does its purpose. And surprisingly, I dropped this on its face while I was on the bus one time, and it survived pretty good. I just had to wipe my screen protector off. It's pretty dirty. I have to clean this sucker up. But I don't even say sucker. Why am I saying that? I have to clean this phone up. So yeah, pretty much. So let's get right into my phone. So this is basically my Android phone here. It's running, as you guys can obviously see, it's not running as TouchWiz ROM. It's running ASOP, I hope I got that right, ROM, and that means it's running stock Android ROM. And I love stock Android. I've used stock Android in the beginning, and I'll continue to use it. And surprisingly, TouchWiz was the longest skin version of Android I've ever used, and it was good. But then it got slower, and I decided to root this phone, and I pretty much moved to this side of things. So just to show you that it is running KitKat, I'll show you the version. It's running version 4.4.2, so this is running KitKat. So there's a KitKat logo, but with Android font, and the word Android in it. And here's a little history of Android and kind of a Windows Phone tile look. So this is indeed running KitKat. So now this launcher I have here is called Nova Launcher. Nova Launcher is probably one of the best launchers you can get on the market that is not laggy, that's not slow. It's very fluid, it's very fast, and it's very customizable, and you can basically customize it to a point to where you want it to look exactly. There's so many combinations, it's unexplainable pretty much with Nova Launcher. There's so much you can do with the free version, but if you do get the Prime version, you do get some more transitions, some more features. It's pretty cool. And for my home screens here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 home screens. So basically, this widget here is a UCCW widget, which is a ultimate custom widget, whatever it's called. It's pretty good. It goes according to my theme here, white and blue, and it's really good. The only drawback I have here is a temperature reading. Not that it's wrong, it's just giving me the wrong unit. But the funny thing is, when it reaches 0 degrees Celsius, it will show 0 degrees Celsius, but it's just off. But 26 degrees Fahrenheit is 7 degrees, which I can check with Yahoo Weather. It's pretty good. Now for these icons here, I used simply, I think it was Stamped White. I used a Stamped White icon pack, which is available for free to download on the Play Store. I just find this went really good with my theme, and it's just overall an awesome theme for icons. And I just edited these icons individually to match the home screens, but in my app drawer I have the normal KitKat icons, the default icons in there. It's really good. The only thing I did not like about KitKat was its stock launcher, and I think it was available as an application in this ROM called Launcher. So when you hit launcher, it doesn't matter what your screen density is, the icons will come up really big and really toyish. It's really smooth, but I wouldn't mind this on a Nexus, but then again, I would probably end up changing it. Okay, there we go. So basically, yeah, I don't like that launcher at all. It's just, ugh. It looks good on Nexus devices, but like I said, I'll probably change it. So going to the app drawer, we have some pretty interesting apps. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys about my widgets. So this is Yahoo Weather. Yahoo Weather, in my opinion, is the best weather application you can get. It gives you a lot of information, gives you weekly forecast, gives you radar, wind speed, barometer pressure, and how far you've gone out through the day. So this is sunrise, this is sunset. It's really nice, and if you refresh it, the background would change according to the city you live in. I live in Toronto. I live like on the outskirts, but it's still considered to be Toronto, and it works out pretty good. I love it. And I have my social widgets here. I have my analog clock, and I have my calendar. Since you gotta go to college, since I'm going to college, you gotta have a calendar application. So in the app drawer, I've also customized this with Nova Launcher. I made it to fit my screen appropriately because, again, the default launcher looks really retarded. Sorry. So yeah, applications that I have in here. One really useful application in here is called CleanMaster. CleanMaster is a very useful application. If you have a lot of stuff on your phone, a lot of temporary files you haven't touched or cleaned up at all, this will help significantly. When I first installed this application on this ROM, I have never cleaned out my phone, so we're talking about 5 gigabytes of junk. So I had to clean it all out. It's very simple, it's very easy to understand, and it's very useful. And it doesn't have any ads at the moment. I hope it stays like that. I really do. I really do hope it stays like that. Another application I have on my phone is ColorNote. Basically, this is just a simple note-taking application. One thing I really like about it is that it sticks according to the Android design language or instruction, whatever the heck you want to call it, and it's very simple and very easy to use. If you want to write about people, if you want to write about bad things, good things, personal things, you want to let out your negative thoughts, you want to vent, yeah, venting on your phone, which is really weird. And you can basically lock them, which is good. So basically, if your parents, essentially, if your friend takes your phone and goes through your notes and he tries to read it but he can't read it, because you can protect individual notes, which I find is a really neat feature. I'm sure there's other note ones out there, but in my opinion, this one is pretty good. And it also comes with a built-in calendar. Application is Double Twist. Now, unfortunately, I was gonna use MixZing on this phone, but I couldn't do that because it basically would not work on this ROM. It's just not working at all. Crunchyroll is another one I like. It's just basically if you want to watch anime, movies, drama, and whatnot. Density Changer is what I use to make sure everything on my note fits accordingly and it fits correctly to my specification of my liking. Because originally the TouchWiz ROM, what I found on the Note and other phablets that had HD resolutions of 720 and 1080, yeah, I got that correct. I always get those resolutions wrong. It's just obnoxiously big and it looks really weird, and I didn't like that at all. It's just weird overall. Another application is InstaSize. Basically, this is an application that if you take a photo and you have something in your photo that's like way off in the corner, because Instagram, when you upload on Instagram, it's a 1x1. Let's say you try to zoom in on Instagram and you can't get that focus point, this application will do it for you, and it's very good. It redirects through Instagram's actual app, so it's really good. Another one is Manga Searcher. Manga Searcher, it's not the best looking application out there, but it does do its purpose. It looks very old, but you can download manga comics if you're into that kind of stuff. Initial D, Dragon Ball Z, Digimon, whatever you like. I'm not sure if there's American comics, but it works most of the time and it's very reliable. Very reliable reader. Another application I like to point out is this PlayStation app. This app is pretty slow. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Since I reset my phone, well, not technically reset, I installed a new ROM. I'm not sure if I have to register for my account, but this application it just lifted so much off me. Like on PlayStation, basically, I haven't signed in. Yeah, basically, it will just not. What am I saying? Yeah, what am I saying? Basically, what I want to say is that if you're sending messages and typing out stuff on PSN with a controller, it's hell. Even though I've typed really fast on a controller, this application is really useful. It has a built-in messaging client, so if you want to type a lot on PSN, if you want to send messages to each other on the PlayStation Network, then this application is really useful instead of typing with a controller. It's really slow, but it's fluid and it's not that bad. I just hope they can make it more snappy, which is a thing I really want them to do. And Photo Editor is a neat application. It's just a simple photo editor where you can edit color curves, you can put filters on and whatnot. It's really good. I've been using that for years. Photo Grid is simply you're aligning photos in a grid, and I do like this application. It's very colorful, it's very vivid, and it's very easy to understand. Basically, what you do is if you want to do an HD grid, you select HD grid, you select all the photos you want, whatever folder you have, and then you go to here, and then you basically put your photos together. It's a really neat application, and it looks cool too. And another thing is, I like how their ads are included in these tiles instead of being a banner at the bottom. It's so annoying when it's a banner on the bottom. SoundHound is another one I like, because if you like a song that's playing on the radio or playing in the store or wherever a song's playing and you don't know the name of it, you can simply press the yellow button, put your phone up to the speaker, and it will probably detect it. 98% of the time it does work, but there's going to be one or two songs that it won't recognize. But it does have a huge database, and this is another application where I do like the ads because they're integrated within the application, but at the same time they're not. They come as a banner here, and I don't like it when it does that because it's very distracting. I just like it when it's included nicely like this, not like this. It's annoying. And one more application I like to introduce to you guys is the UCCW widget application. Now this is basically a very good widget application, widget editor, widget maker, whatever you want to call it. There's tons of skins, there's tons of things to do with it, and that's what I like about it, because some widgets you download, you don't like how this part looks, but you can't really change it. But this one you can change it to whatever you want. For example, if I click this widget, you can edit it out. It's a very good widget, and basically that's pretty much it on my phone.